If you haven't seen my previous two videos on Red vs. Blue, I highly recommend watching them first as I discuss the series as a whole in the first 10 seasons in those videos. This video will be discussing seasons 11 through 15. So the most obvious thing I need to bring up when discussing anything regarding Rooster Teeth after the finale of season 10 is Ruby. A lot of RVB staff that made the freelancer era enjoyable moved on to work on Ruby instead. On top of that, Miles Luna took over the director's chair and became the head writer of RVB as well as a co-writer on Ruby and the overall script guru for the entire company. Seasons 11 and 12 of RVB were also being developed simultaneously with Ruby Volumes 1 and 2, which couldn't have been good for the focus of either series. And after Monty Ohm's unfortunate passing, it seems like Ruby got a lot more attention, whereas RVB kinda got the table scraps of the company. Season 11 of RVB is like Blood Gulch without the jokes. Sometimes they try playing it seriously to mixed results, and other times they try to make a joke, but yeah, there's no coming back from the freelancer era. Maybe if they used a completely different cast, they could recapture the original gag series magic, but that's not what happened. So season 11 turned out incredibly dull and boring. It's a 3 out of 10. Season 12 was a massive improvement over season 11, but still just a discount version of seasons 3 through 6. Oh, two factions of uniformed soldiers, too incompetent to actually do anything, being manipulated by a group of mercenaries for personal gain? Gee, I wonder where I heard that before. If only the main focus of the season wasn't the same person who busted that exact same premise back in season 2. That's actually my biggest complaint with the Chorus trilogy. It tries so hard to be another batch of seasons 1 through 8, but it lacks any of the charm or energy that made those seasons so engaging. Season 12 fares the best mostly because Miles Luna is a better voice actor than he is a writer, and he brings a lot of energy to Felix. In fact, with the exception of Dr. Gray, all the new characters are a lot of fun, and I would have much rather focus on them than the same people we've been stuck with since season 1. It almost lands in giving Tucker, Caboose, Simmons, and Griff development, showing what they're like without Church, Wash, or Sarge helping them, but they kinda let that go up in smoke halfway through anyway, so season 12 is a 6 out of 10. Season 13 is one of the most frustrating things Rooster Teeth has ever done. Boy, that shark face fight was cool. Too bad that's literally the only thing worthwhile that happened. Miles forgetting what characters have said what? Gee, the only way this could get worse is if they don't even give it an ending. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's talk about the chairman for a second. He's the big bad of this trilogy, and you know what his plan is? Wipe out all life on Chorus and sell the planet for profit. He's a monotone version of freaking Frieza. This season is bad. Like, really bad. It's a 4 out of 10. The only reason it's not the worst season in the show is because at least it's not as boring as season 11. Season 14 is an anthology series that RT threw together to help find a new showrunner, allowing Miles Luna to focus his time and effort on Ruby instead. I was totally fine with the anthology series as a concept, and it did lead to some humorous shorts. I did not like how it infected other teams within RT's affiliates. Nobody asked for a Carolina versus the Meta death battle. Nobody asked for a cringy-ass rap battle between Sarge and Church. Season 14 gets a 5 out of 10. About half of these segments I actually liked, so that's the score I'm giving it. Last but not least is Season 15, The Last Straw. I refuse to watch anything past this point, not because it sucked, but because it was actually kinda good. Over the years, we've seen the Reds and Blues fight aliens, AIs, freelancers, mercenary super soldiers, and the greatest villain of all, the Law of Diminishing Returns. But what we had never seen them fight is another group of sim troopers. People just as incompetent as they are, but determined to get their revenge on the freelancers, namely Carolina and Wash. There's some dumb things in this season, but there's also some of the funniest things the show has done since season 6. So I give season 15 a 7 out of 10. But in watching this, I kept feeling really uncomfortable. I felt like, especially with Vic's return, that the producers were crying for help, and the piss poor marketing season 16 and 17 have received have only further vindicated me. Red vs. Blue is dead. All the life has been sucked out. All that's left is a shambling corpse Rooster Teeth parades around for a few months every year. And they would stop if only we stopped paying them to keep going. So no, I refuse to watch season 16 onward. I refuse to let RVB become something I despise, and I refuse to be a part of the continued abuse of this once great franchise. I'm Mediaocrity 4. Thanks for watching.